Don't you have a word to show what may be done? Have you never heard a way to find the sun? Tell me all that.
Good morning and welcome to our canal, which I say because we've been on this canal for 10 days now and we have literally not seen any other boats. I'd say in 10 days we've seen maybe 6 boats, one going back down to cross the River Link and another couple moored around. We've hardly had anybody walking past our boat either. A few joggers here and there. It's just the quietest canal ever. I mean, it's lovely, although after 10 days you start to get a bit lonely and you think, where was everyone? We've been out doing lots of hill walking and there's more people out there. But honestly, on the canal, it's just quiet. Today we're just coming into Glasson and I'm imagining that there might be some more boats here because it's supposed to be a nice place. And I would guess that boats congregate more maybe around Lancaster. We shall see. It'd be nice to see some other boaters around. But if you want a period of time of just quiet, then the Lancaster Canal is definitely the one for you. Beautiful wall with a bug box in over there. And these are very funny. And Glasson was a cute little place with a non-food market and a great micro pub. A nice place to spend a couple of days, which we did. I'm sure we'll be back here. You can see how many cruisers there are around here. I'd say that there was more cruisers on this canal than narrowboats. A few wide beams here and there. But nothing really moves very much. I think a lot of people go down to the water point to wash their boats, turn around and come back again. So the idea is to go down the Glassen Basin for a couple of days and then we're going to come back up, go back there a little way and hopefully over midsummer going to do a camp out on the Forest of Bowland. So I think we have just arrived at the Glasson arm. That came on us a bit soon. We should have moored over there for it really, but we're hovering around here. All the locks have to be left empty on this arm, whether you're going down or coming up. So I think there's 6 locks, so we're going to have to set and fill all of them on the way down. Now this arm goes all the way down to the sea, although we won't be going through the last lock that takes us onto the sea obviously. So it'll be a very different terrain down there to what we've been used to for the last couple of weeks. That's lock number 1 done. Very cranky lock. One of the paddles is broken, so it took ages. And a chap standing on the bridge said that he thought, well, he'd heard from somebody else that there was a problem with the next lock down. But we've had no notification from CRT to say that there's any problem. So we're going to continue and hope we can keep on going. Nice and quiet down here. Actually, it's nice and quiet everywhere. I don't know why I said that. It's all nice and quiet. These aren't particularly easy locks. This is only number 2. And Henry wants wants a cup of tea already. As we get to the bottom, it's getting really windy, and I've been blown onto these reeds and I'm completely stuck in them. I think H is going to have to rescue me somehow. The wind's coming this way and I just can't reverse out into the canal. H is going to try and get the rope off the front of the boat and pull me along to the pontoon, because the problem is there's stuff in the prop now as well. And it was all going so well. Well, I'm in the penultimate lock. Henry had to pull me in. We've lost a donut fender from the front on the way. We can't see it. We thought it would float, so we'll have to look for it on the way back out in a couple of days. We just bumped into Narrowboat Will on the path, and he told us it's very windy, especially down at the end. So I've got that to look forward to, getting across the basin and into a mooring spot. What's the worst that can happen? Actually, the lady at one of the locks asked me if I was going out to sea through the sea lock. So I said no. Oh my god, imagine. Well, here we are in Glassen Basin, just as the weather came in. There's three sisters over there that we came up the Ribble Link with. And it's really big, this basin. And I have to say, when I came in, it was so windy, and we came over to this far side as advised by Narrowboat Will, who's in the boat behind. But the wind caught the boat and smashed me onto that jetty over there, so I had to get hauled in a very undignified way by Henry and Will. But it's nice here, it's better here, it's sort of more sheltered on this side. Where the boats are over there, there's a lot of waves lapping up, and that makes quite a noise at night, which I always struggle to sleep with. That looks like an RNLI boat over there, so if there's any problems, they're on hand. And we are just going to go out and have a little recce, and tomorrow I shall take the camera out and see if I can show you what's on the other side, because the sea should just be behind those houses.
These two vloggers are called Never More Than Four. Never More Than Four, I think it is. Oh dear, that wind's gonna take you. Oh, that wind, no! No! No, no, no! Bang! Hold on! Hold on! Oof! It's windy! There's a bollard here, lot. Who gives you rope? Whoa! That's how you get in. That's how you get in. You want to throw your rope?
I'll give it a front one. No, it's bloody long, really hard work.
This wind's bad, isn't it?
Next day, and we're all calm, the wind has dropped, and there's a pair of shell-drake ducks in the loch who have become separated from their ducklings, and they don't seem to be able to find them. So these workers who are on the left have all the ducklings in a box, and they've released them down the side of the boat. Unfortunately, the ducks are still on the other side of the lock, and now the seagulls are coming in. Oh, the gulls are in. Oh. There's lots of gulls coming in now, isn't there? They're all circling. They're like vultures. And unfortunately the gulls got the chicks, but I don't think you needed to see that. Oh well, now that the duck drama is over, we can go for a little walk. Last night when we arrived at Glassen Basin, it was windy and rainy, very quiet. We were the only two people in the pub. And today being Monday, it's still very quiet, but a bit livelier. Over there is a smokehouse, and they've got everything you can imagine smoked in there. Chicken, shrimps, fish, cheese. And around here is what used to be the first pub you came into in the village, the Victoria Inn. And unfortunately, it's a very sad state now. It's up for sale for 300,000. Probably needs the same again to restore it. They did want to make it into flats and things, but we refused planning permission, although down the end there was another pub that is made into apartments. You can't help thinking it'd be better as apartments than in the state it's in at the moment. Anyway, we're going to go on an estuary walk. Lots of motorbikes here. It must be a nice place to come out for a ride. Henry's got himself some new hiking poles, which we're going to go and try. Now, where's that estuary walk gone? It's around here somewhere. Found it. So here's the huge estuary, and it's the River Lune, Lune, like the French for moon, that runs down into the sea here. Forest of Bowland over there. It's quite a landscape here, a very liminal landscape, between and betwixt, one of those sorts of places. It feels very I don't know what the word is, on the edge of things, which I suppose is what liminal is, eh? Some really big boats there, relatively speaking, sitting on the sand and leaning its shoulder against the port wall. And that's a boat that won't be going anywhere. What I can't figure is how you get off those boats over there and how you get back onto them, because the sand, as soon as you step into it, it's like quicksand, and there's a river anyway. So unless you've got a little tender like that, yeah, that's the only way you can get on and off them, really, isn't it? With a tender, I guess. Canoe, paddleboard, swim.
Rowing boat.
You get an idea of the indestructibility of willow here. This is obviously floated in or floated down. It's growing like mad. Might be a little bush here in years to come if it doesn't float out again. This is where the river comes down under what I guess is the old railway line. There isn't a railway anymore. I've seen a few of these boats sort of, I don't know if they're moored or abandoned in the river. They just look really strange, just sort of sitting there. It doesn't look in very good condition, so I guess it's just abandoned. It's probably a cheap way of getting rid of your boat, I suppose, just leave it. What a shame though. I mean, there's a lot of hardware on that still. Today's Tuesday and I've come out for a bike ride by myself just to see what's around, and I've come out on the Yesterpath and I've just realised that it's a very quick flat 5-mile cycle to Lancaster from the basin, so you can just easily get there, do some shopping and come back. I'm not going to go all the way there now, but that way is Lancaster and that way is Glassen Basin, and over there in the distance is Glassen Basin. I can just see all of the masts from the yachts and boats that are in the basin. I've seen one person on this path in the last half hour, so it's really quiet and nice. And because of the rain, the hedgerows are just full of species roses and marguerites and Gelder rose. It's just lovely. It's just blooming. I have to say my bike is working particularly well today, as narrowboat Will was up early this morning oiling it all up for me. I'd let the chain get a bit rusty and the gears weren't behaving, but it's great now.
There you go, just in case.
Yeah, sounds like a good plan. So this is narrowboat Will actually winding his boat. I know. Looks like it's working. Done it.
That's it, I think. Almost there. There we are, so you do it.
Well done, Will. Thanks for the old-fashioned way.
Right.
Well, it's Wednesday and we're leaving Glassen Basin. The very nice narrowboat Will behind us is going to cycle up and help us with the locks because Henry's back is still a bit crook. He's a very kind man. Well, as we slowly make our way up the Glasson branch back to the top, I'll say goodbye for this video. If you're on a boat and you've never come up to the Lancaster Canal and you like peace and quiet, then this is the canal for you. There wasn't even many people in Glassen Basin, and that's a really amazing place to be. So anyway, gonna love you and leave you. Have a good week, everyone. See you on the next video. The next video is going to be up high rather than down low. See you then. Okay, bye for now.
Tell
Bye.
me all that you may know. Show me what you have to show.